What is good, people? This video is about how to start the gym again after months and months and months of not training. What is good, people? You saw the title of the video, you've clicked on it, we are now here. Today's video from my list is how to start the gym again. So we're going to run through that quick and simple, because some of you out there are going to do some dumb shit. So in this video, we are going to try and eliminate the possibility of that happening. So firstly, why is it good to actually have a game plan when you go back to the gym rather than just going in and doing what you did before? Simply because if you haven't trained in months upon months, you cannot train the exact same way you did beforehand, because you would have got weaker during this period. Like, unless you had the exact same equipment and managed to still maintain the same intensity, your body is not going to hack going right back to where you was. And you don't want to basically, after months and months and months of not being able to train, go in there and on day one, you overexert yourself to the point where your body is so sore with muscle cramps and DOMs that you can't even go back for another 7 days because you overdid it. So let's train smarter, not just harder. But realistically, I'd say a minimum of 7 to 10 days. Try and dial back the volume and intensity, but I'm going to break it down into two main groups, which is the de-trained person, which literally hasn't done anything throughout the whole period of quarantine or whatever period of the gym you've had in like months upon months, and then the person that has still managed to train with some sort of weights but not as intense as they previously would inside the actual gym. For those of you that haven't trained for a long period of time, no weights, not much anything resistance training based, or cardio based that is as well, I would advise you definitely dropping the volume and intensity. For the first 7 to 10 days, I'm going to say down to 50 to 60% of what you previously did. I know that sounds like a massive drop, but in changing the volume and the intensity down a bit, it allows you to still get workouts. You'll be able to train at least a good few times a week in the first week going back without overexerting yourself too much. And if you would also like to minimize the potential amount of DOMs, you can try and do active rest days. So for example, on a day where you're not actually going inside the gym to actually lift weights or anything like that, go in there and do something more cardio based. So maybe do like 10 minutes on the exercise bike or the cross trainer, just something that moves like various muscle groups. This one, we're not really looking to actually burn calories to actually lose weight or anything. This is more just to keep the body and muscles somewhat active without overstraining them to the point where you're getting muscle cramps. For those of you that mainly just did body weight and bands, that was a good thing that you still managed to stay active, but I'm not going to say that's going to help retain as much strength as, for example, those that managed to actually get weights and heavy weights like that. So if you're the resistance bands crew and below, I would probably say around 60% of what you did before. But for those of you like me that managed to actually get hold of some sort of decent weights, may not be as heavy as in the actual gym, but still manage to like get decent amount to like make it challenging for you, I would say that you can probably go with my maybe 60 to 75% of what you did beforehand, depending on how frequently you trained at home and what compound moves you were doing. For example, if you manage to only get dumbbells, on your dumbbell chest press, you're probably going to be able to go with still probably roughly around maybe 70-75% of what you did before. Whereas just because you've been doing dumbbell chest press doesn't mean that it's going to cross over onto bench press, because it's not the same. Even though it's still working your chest, there are different movements which require like a kind of like a different skill, different mind muscle connection. So you're going to find that it's probably still going to go down a bit. So don't be stupid and go in there and whack on the 2-3 plates you used to do and thinking it's going to be easy, especially if you don't have a spot. Because I know we're all eager to get back in the gym. Well, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, me here, I am probably going to wait maybe a week or two before I actively go back to the gym. But with that aside, I know we still want to actually go to the gym, regardless of if, for example, you're going to be more hesitant like me. When you actually do go back, you have to remember that you need to literally have common sense. Don't be too silly. I know you're going to get excited and you get in there and you can be like, oh, I'm going to lift everything. I'm going to do every single machine and lift everything. I know, trust me, I want to have that hype too. But don't do too much to the point where you can't visit back the gym for days upon days upon days because you are that sore and that crippled that you can't even lift your arms. So if you love the gym, take your time. Don't just go all the way in. Just, you know, as the Hodgmans used to say, put the tip in. And just kind of take it easy and then just kind of slowly get back to where you was. Try and have like a relative common sense and use a spot if you need one, or even use the Smith machine if you need to as well, just to kind of get acclimated back to the gym. Some of the final things I want to touch on is more of like mental as well as the physical, which is chances are most of the people throughout this period have gotten weaker because you just haven't been able to train as consistently or as intense. So don't be like, damn it, I feel like I've lost so much progress. What is done is done. All you can do now is do the comeback. And the good thing is that if you are one of the people that have trained previously, it won't take that long for you to get back to where you was. I'm gonna say 3 weeks to a month before I'm back to like where I somewhat was in terms of being able to perform the same way in the gym. When I do finally go back, I will be starting with probably more like a maybe 4-day upper body, lower body type split until I get in the hang of things. Then I'll go back to my push-pull legs routine. Secondly, don't forget to take the time to make sure your form is actually okay, because it's been a while. Some movements you may not have done in a while. So before you load the bar with crazy amounts of weight, make sure your form's on point. Feel free to record yourself or ask someone to watch if you're somewhat unsure, just so you're getting the movement right. And make sure that you're just not going to destroy yourself. I don't know, none of you messaging me going, oh, I went back to the gym, I did crazy amounts and now I've hurt my back and I can't train for 2 months. Let's not be one of those people. Those are the idiots and the ego lifters. Let's try and be smart. We want to get muscle gains, not back pains. Bars. Finally, when you get back, make sure you appreciate it. And for those of you that may be starting somewhat for the first time and going consistently, and you may have quarantine weight to lose or whatever, just remember, slow and easy is the way forward. Don't let any of these online fitness influencers try and scam you into doing some sort of crazy expensive get back in shape or comeback season workout plan or routine. That's just literally not needed. At the end of the day, if you're somewhat still a beginner, you're going to see results anyway, and that is what they're banking on. They're hoping that a whole bunch of people that are going to start the gym for the first time will fall for their scams because they're going to see progress somewhat anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's good to have more of a plan of what you're going to do, but you can find that free online at the moment. My website's full of some free tools or very cheap guides are like £5 each. But don't be spending like hundreds or, you know what I mean, big bags of money on routines to get you back in shape for quarantine. That's not needed, it's not necessary, save your pennies. Anyways, people, like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check out myprotein for some other clothing. Like I'm ready to do some army shit right now. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, deuces people, good luck, and I hope you enjoyed the gym. Comment down below if you're going to be training at home or going back to the gym. I'm interested to know, people. And who knows, people, maybe once I'm actually back in the gym, I may even go back to doing vlogs again. You know, a full day of eating videos and stuff like that. Because at the moment, I've just been doing informative videos. Anyways, people, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay getting engaged and all that jazz. Yeah, I'm done. Peace.